I'm trying to make this a weekly thing because, Larry, last year we had all these people popping up claiming they knew something about stocks, and I told you they didn't know what the hell they was talking about. And now this year they don't know what the hell to do because they didn't take time to learn the fundamentals. Well, we've got something going on right now, Larry, that it seems like it's bad because tech stocks have been tanking, but it's a good thing, and I'm going to tell you why after we take a look at my big homie, the crazy Jim Cramer. And he crazy.
Bye.
Who joins us right now, who's watching the markets. We're all trying to make heads or tails of it. Obviously, it is looking a little ugly, if not a lot ugly right now. What do you think?
You know what? Look, we've had a good run. I don't think it's that devastating because we tend to have some pretty good times right before Memorial Day. We got to get through this period. I want to distinguish between the let's say the NASDAQ 2000 portion of the market and the S&P portion of the market. If you remember, in the month of April of 2000, we had this incredible switch out of speculative into the Coca-Colas and the Mercs. So, I mean, I'm looking for that, and also like what Stephanie talked about, which is the industrials. And we want to somehow extrapolate FANG to that. It's just an okay correlation.
Are you buy? Jim, do you buy?
No,
is this
you
a
let
dip
it come down a little. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, you buy. I mean, look, I'm not going to be chasing by Ethereum's decline into not buying high-quality stocks that come down, like Raytheon that I had on last night. That's doing incredibly well, buying back stock on a boosted dividend, fantastic work. Has nothing whatsoever to do with the things that we talk about, but is a real American company. Also happens to be the largest industrial in the country. So I think that the industrials are good.
You think this is correlated, by the way, with crypto, what we're seeing, especially in the NASDAQ?
I do. I mean, I think that the crypto, the Musk trade, Musk and Cathie Wood are the two most powerful people in what I regard, and Wall Street Bets, in what I regard as the extraneous portion of the market. But the real market is real companies, and real companies are doing quite well, with the exception of the fact that they've not been able to deal with the shortage of help, which I think is the last one. If you look at the commodity complex, that started rolling over last week, and I know that Mohammed is very, very good, but if you take a look at any of the if you look at any of the commodities, you have to believe that they're rolling over, Andrew. So I'm willing to say that it is indeed transitory, and I'm not that upset.
When stocks go through this period, that's when you got to go to the old fundamentals. Y'all remember your boy Lamont preaching, you got to stick to the fundamentals. Always stick with the fundamentals, because no matter what happens with the company, the fundamentals are going to always rise and give you that percent that the stock market tends to gain over the course of a year. And so I'm going to take you guys in my portfolio and give you two stocks that are on a discount right now. One thing me and Larry both preach as a team: you buy low, you sell high. I've always told you guys about what I call the 25% rule, that if you have a stock and it gains you 25% in a year window, you trim some of it back a little bit. And then I've also got that rule: if you're buying calls, buying puts, and that type of thing, if you lose 20%, cut your losses and get out, because it seems like once you lose that 20%, it's like a snowball effect. And that's how you continue to make gains in the stock market. And let me share my screen real quick so I can show you guys two stocks that are at a nice discount, because tech has been down the last couple of weeks. And with it being down, now is the time to buy. You've got something called Twilio. And the reason why I say it's a time to buy something like Twilio is because their last earnings report was outstanding, and the stock didn't even grow much. And when you have a company that has outstanding earnings but doesn't grow, that's a sign that it will grow in the future. Those are the fundamentals. So Twilio is down, ladies and gentlemen, from its 52-week high, somewhere around, let me see here. The 52-week high was 457. It's down to 300. The low was 177. It is down like 30% from the high. This is an excellent time to buy a company who is basically a monopoly in their space. And then I got one more for you that was a hot stock last year. It's cooled off a little bit, but it's still a great stock with long-term, with longevity, and they had below-out earnings. And that's DocuSign. Take a look at how far down this one is. DocuSign, 52-week high. was 290. You sitting here at 188. That's about a good, somewhere about 22, 25% discount. Ladies and gentlemen, these are two outstanding stocks you can go snatch up right now and just sit on them because both of them had great earnings report. They haven't moved up that much yet, and we're having a down cycle for tech right now. And this happens. You have these ebbs and flows in the market where something will go down and it goes up. The key is you've got to make a strategy to get in when it's low, but more importantly, you got to also have that strategy. When are you going to get out? My rule, 25% gain, I get out and move somewhere else that's a discount. And last point for Larry. Me and Larry both jumped on some Ford stock last week because today Ford unveiled their new F-150 electric.
Yeah.
I ain't feeling nothing about it. Now we got the stock and the stock has gone up already a little bit, but that didn't blow me away. Larry, the floor is yours. Anything you got on stocks, let the people know.
No, not so much right now. I mean, some of the stuff I've been buying some cheap stuff that's been going up. I'm always looking for those value stocks so I can get them real low that are, next to nothing and sit on them a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and I've done okay with it. Like, I told you I bought Hertz a while back. I bought Hertz at like $1.30 a share, and they're up to what? I think they were 5 something. Now they were up to like $7 a while back. I should have sold a little bit, but I kept thinking I'm still thinking I'm gonna wait and see what they do. I don't want to sell. I told myself I'm gonna hold tight and not sell until the summer, like maybe towards the middle or end of July. Mm-hmm. Like I did, I added, like you said, I added to my Ford position. I already had Ford, so I added some more. The one stock I've been sort of eyeballing again to possibly get back into because I sold it off is Riot, Riot blockchain,
and they are down like 20 something now.
Yeah, I think the last time I checked, they were at like $23 or something like that.
Right.
And
see, ladies and gentlemen, that's a prime example of what I'm talking about. Me and Larry both got in that stock when it was under $10.
Yeah,
I got out.
You got in at like 8, and I got in at like 9.
I got in at 793. Yeah.
Oh, there. Okay.
And when it hit 60, I got out. For what? And now you see what I'm saying, people? It went all the way up to 60. Now it's back down to 20. I still would have been in the
point. It went to $79. So
yeah, but I was good. You don't go broke. You do not go broke taking profits.
But right now, because Riot is so tied to the way that the cryptocurrency markets swing and Bitcoin, so that when there's a big dip in the cryptos, their stock has a tendency to trend downward. And so I figure, right now at $23, it might be a good entry point and grab some and hold on to it. And because Bitcoin is still going to make a correction. The only reason I'm kind of hesitant is because I'm not sure if Bitcoin is done moving yet. Like I know that at some point it'll probably move back up, but I think it's probably going to find its home somewhere around $30,000 a coin or something like that.
So you think it's still going to go back down?
Yeah, I think it's still going to go down. I think it might. I'm thinking like 30,000 a coin, maybe even around 27, 28 a coin. And I think then it might, like right as it gets around to where it's going to start, where I think it might settle, might be the time where I want to get into Riot, because then after it settles in, I think Riot might do okay.
Yeah, I think right now Riot is a great discount, even if you want to jump in now. And Larry, I'm glad you brought Bitcoin because we got some people asking about coins. Here's my thought on coins. If you're going to buy any of the cryptocurrencies, you need to buy the ones that there's actually people accepting as payment. So Bitcoin, Ethereum. The only person I know that's taking Dogecoin is Elon, and that's not made official yet. So if you're going to be buying Bitcoins and things of that nature, make sure you're buying the ones that actually can be spent somewhere. And if you want to be in the space of cryptos without being completely exposed to cryptos, Riot blockchain is a great stock. Coinbase is a great stock. Coinbase is a company that exchanges pretty much all the cryptocurrencies.
I don't know about. I still think that even at its current price, I still think Coinbase might be overpriced. It was overpriced in its IPO. I think it's been overpriced since, and it's still.
Yeah, it was highly overpriced. It was highly overpriced in.
I think it's under its IPO price right now.
And Black Beach says he likes Jamia, which is the Amazon of Africa. Black Beach, I got 100 shares of Jamia. I got in at like $35, and it rolled all the way up to 70, and I didn't jump out the window. I stayed in, and now I'm riding it down. It's back down to 30 something where I bought it. But I do like that.
I don't know about that play.
One. Yeah, Jamia. I got that one. I got 100 shares of Jamia. I like them. They all right. They're all right. I believe in them. That's one that I think people should buy. Definitely, because it's on discount right now for sure. And stocks like Jamia and some of those names, when Christmas comes, and here's another stock tip before we get out of here. I want you guys to think about what's going to be happening in the next 6 months. Football is going to be coming back. And right now, while your DraftKings, your CBS Viacoms, and all that stuff is cheap, right now is a great time to buy those and sit on them so that when the earnings reports comes out, when football season cranks up, you'll be making some money on those. Yeah. I think that we did a YouTube before the Super Bowl when I told y'all to get Viacom CBS. I bought it, and that stock jumped up like $20. And I had 200 shares, and I got out Super Bowl night on all my 200 shares. I'm telling y'all right now, the same thing is going to happen with all these gambling stocks, DraftKings, IPOE, and also the TV networks. So go ahead, put those on your buy list, get you some shares right now, and wait for the growth to happen when that comes. Black Beat said he's never selling Jamia. Well, what's the goal? What's the goal with it?
You have to sell at some point, unless it's a dividend stock for you.
Or he might pass it down to his kids.
Yeah.
Something like that. Because I've got a couple of stocks that are dividends, so I'm going to spend the money, but I'm going to wind up giving the stock to L. So I'm going to just let it build up. I'm going to spend some of that money, L. Daddy going to get some of them coins, but eventually you'll be having control of it too.